Mars-Earth connection. Now, as looking at Mars, I noticed a big connection to the number of layers in the Earth crust compared to Mars itself. The number of moons that circle Mars is the same number of layers where there could be missing one. I looked at the globe of the Earth and its topography. It looks like the Pacific Ocean has a big crater impact site as well as the Indian Ocean. The mountain ranges that follow the Ring of Fire volcano chain, along with the tectonic plates that follow certain breaking patterns. It is also affecting the continents of North America, South America, Asia, and Australia. The top part of the Pacific plate looks like a circle of an impact with Hawaii at the center. The Philippine, the Juan de Fuego, Cornos, and the Nazca plates are blanking it on the side. Then the spot I see between the Africa plate, the Arctic plate, and the Australian plate, where they all converge, seems to be the impact of the second one. There are also land masses all around the spot of the subcontinent of India, Africa, Indonesia, Australia, and Antarctica. The larger of the moon's Phobos would have crashed on the Pacific plate. The smaller of the moon's Deimos would have crashed on the three intersects. You look at the Yucatan Peninsula, where there's a big impact site there, said to have destroyed the dinosaurs. It is not an asteroid collision, but instead a spot where the moon first came into the orbit. The Caribbean plate would be where the moon would have made an entry into the atmosphere, the first orbit around. The second would have been near the Scotia plate, that seemed to indicate the direction the moon would have headed near the second revolution. There was even volcanic activity near where in Africa, near where we call it the Horn, that certain lunar vectors could have slowly ripped away at the plate. You can even say this about other volcanic activity near the equator. When you look at the moon, there is even skid marks to where it hit the atmosphere and air breaking the orbit. The ongoing tidal waves of the moon caused, as it was close to the Earth, could have been what was the Great Flood that was what happened to Noah's Ark in the past, as it first came to orbit at the 30 days of high water levels. Then when you look at the major volcanoes of the world, to see another similarity, if the larger of the moons would have hit the Pacific Ocean, it would have created volcanoes on the other side, exact opposite, like Iceland, to make it an active hotspot we have today. It is also possible the hotspot of Hawaii is left over after effect of heat that was created from this lunar impact. There are many underwater islands near it that came from the hotspot as well. Europe is also very mountainous, to where it could have even been caused by the impacts, and later so the mountains of the Appalachians. There is even the mountain range in the middle of Russia, of Urals, that there is a similar line to the Appalachians. The break that goes over Russia could have been moved up from crustal displacement from lingering vector energy to split it. There could even be a hotspot of Yellowstone National Park that could also have been from the second lunar crash. The fact that we know that the surface of Mars has certain volcanoes that are said to be ancient remnants of what we know here on Earth. There is the area of Tharsis and the area of Elysium. In Tharsis, there are four major volcanoes, three in a row, and the fourth that is the large one. I say the large one is what we know as the Himalayan mountains and the plate of India, and the three others are ancient volcanoes in Indonesia, Brunei, and Philippines. The area of Elysium has three volcanoes, and I believe one of them possibly in Italy, one of them in Baltic region, and one in the Greek islands. There is another one in the south that I believe could be part of the Africa plate in the mountain range of Ethiopia.